In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use the VWAP indicator to find high probability entries to become a full-time day trader at just 23 years old. So let's get right into it. I'm trading my top one futures funded accounts, 150K. You can use the code in the description and the link to get your own for up to 50% off and always be entered into whatever giveaway we are running at the time. So getting into the charts, I am up $400 across two accounts today, and that is with two trades. I had one winner and one loser, but that is the power of VWAP and having a strategy, knowing that if I take a loss, I can still get back in the market and make that up and still end green on the day. So let's run over how I read the charts using the VWAP today. This blue line is the electronic daily VWAP. Right here on TradingView, there is electronic trading hours and regular trading hours. I set up my charts with the 15-minute electronic trading hours on the left and the 1-minute regular trading hours on the right. What the regular trading hours shows you is the gap. It only shows you the New York session price action. When you have electronic daily, it shows you all the overnight trading and the pre-market as well as post-market trading. So you just get more information on the electronic, and when the volume is important, that is why I have it there. So basically, let's just read this VWAP because for any new trader, this is the number one indicator that I recommend. It shows you with 100% certainty who is in control, buyers or sellers at a specific time. And that's the fun part about anchors is you can see from specific price events, news events, who is in control. So looking at this first, this is from the overnight. This is Wednesday, April 16th, and we are trading bullish. The VWAP, we are trading above it. Then we get a pullback, and this pullback closes us under the daily VWAP. So now we know that sellers are in control. And then we get the New York market open. And this is where it becomes very easy to read who is in control until that changes. So this is why I use the 15-minute chart, because it is enough information and it's a long enough time frame that the volume and the candles that print are important when we look at their reaction to VWAP. On the 1-minute chart, candles have less impact because it's not always held to the same exact points. So if we look at this here, we have a wick above VWAP, wicks above, another wick, more, and more until this candle here. This candle is going to change everything for the daily bias. And the reason it changes everything is because we get our first closure of fully above VWAP of the whole session, and it's breaking out of the highs of the session already. So let's clean this up and make this one more time, because what happens is we're seeing sellers in control under the New York VWAP. This blue line is being held underneath. Then buyers take control with strength, retest the New York VWAP, and then push off to continue higher. And right here, we made a new high. We retest the VWAP again. We hold it. We push off. So this would be your next buy signal right there. Stop under this candle wick, and you'd be targeting high of day for a 1.4R trade. Now, that's on the 15-minute chart, how I'm reading the price. Let's get into exactly how we find an entry signal using the VWAP, because using the 15-minute is really good to help me form a bias so that I know I want to be trading long. And as you see, this entry is already starting to move in our favor. So that this is a good time to be buying. And it's as you break the high of the VWAP. So getting into it, we see sellers are in control here on the 1-minute chart, here and here from the previous day VWAP. Previous day VWAP is another important level, and that is anchored from the prior day's market open. So you can see we had a big gap down, and then we anchor the VWAP to there. This orange VWAP is from the tariff news that we had that sent the stock market into a one of the largest days in history. So looking at VWAP here, we can see I'm gonna pull this to the side so I'm not watching that trade, and we can see rejection, 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 rejection. Now this is up until we broke out right here. Up until this point, I am only looking for shorts on the day. And I actually did take a short. Wow. You can see this trade. This is exactly, we're watching this live. I said to buy at 53.33 with a stop here and targeting high of day. You are basically about to hit that trade. So this is the power of VWAP. Breakout, retest, and continue higher. What's really cool about VWAP is that it is moving support and resistance levels. It is not a stagnant level, and it changes throughout the session. And it is the best indicator because it combines volume, price, and time to plot one accurate line. That's it. It's one line. And I have multiple because there's different events, different times that are significant to me. So I use it as a level. See this thing just ripping off the VWAP. So once we have this change of market structure where we break the initial balance high, we're breaking and holding above previous day VWAP now. We broke for a new high of day. And so this was now my entry signal. Let's break that down. So you plot a VWAP from the high of the day. This is one of my best entry signals. Last year in 2023, I had an 80% win rate trading this setup. That is pretty insane. So taking this entry, this was the entry I had. It was a break of the high of day VWAP and a hold above it. Now, I didn't have a good stop loss with this trade, and that's my mistake. I either had to put it here or way down here, and I didn't want to risk basically 50 points for 10. So you can see my trade entry starts to go in my favor. I'm almost about to get to 10 points. I'm targeting this orange line above me, and we fall off. We sell off. We pull back to the previous day VWAP, and the previous day VWAP becomes support. So I got stopped out of this trade. I was down about $700. So what I did was I put a new anchor on the high of day VWAP, and it actually became two scalps in this move. I took one trade from previous day VWAP with a stop under to the high of day VWAP. This was one trade I took. I took 7 points out of the market there using the previous day VWAP as the key level. And then the second trade was similar to the first trade. I let the break of high of day VWAP come in. I let the pullback happen, and I enter after the pullback with the stop at the last structure, and I was targeting high of day. Boom. That is your 13-point trade. So the trade entry is breaking the high of day VWAP. And then when we're using the 15-minute chart, it was a breakout, a retest, and a continuation move off of the electronic daily New York, or just electronic daily VWAP. So I hope this gives a well-rounded understanding of how you use VWAP, because I do have other videos. I will put the links in the description to all the other videos I have on VWAP. This is the one setup. This is kind of the one indicator, one setup, one way I use to trade, and it has led to me becoming a full-time trader at 23 years old. So if you guys want to learn from a profitable trader like myself, definitely like and comment, subscribe to the video, or subscribe to my channel, because I do post these type of analysis every single week and every single day, especially on my Twitter page. So just to recap, we are trading the top one futures accounts. They are the only prop firm in the industry right now that has 150K and just any straight to sim funded accounts with Project X. So with Project X, you get to copy trade, and that makes your trading infinitely easier. And all you do is you just go into the settings, you go to copy trading, you set your accounts, and boom, you're all set up. No complicated anything. You just purchase the account and copy trading is made really, really easy. So ending this video, let's end on a high note, plus 400 on each account. And you guys can use the code Thomas and the link below to get 50% off your own accounts. Be sure to catch me on ASFX TV, look at my Twitter page, and I'll make another VWAP video in a little bit. So cheers, guys, and I hope you guys learned something from this.